and then load shedding hits, and I do have a UPS system, so that's quite cool. But the inverter slash UPS started beeping a lot, and that's the one thing I can't do. I can't think if there's a lot of noise around me. So sorry about that, but welcome back to Cyborg Spill. Cyborg Spill is a podcast that we do weekly. Our agency is called Cyborg Digital. Feel free to go to our website and see what we do and how we can help you guys grow your businesses. In a nutshell, we're a digital marketing agency. We use AI to automate processes, automate communication, and then also just make kick-ass ads. So, yeah, in this week of our podcast, we're going to discuss how to create successful ad campaigns when it comes to lead generation. So this means if you are a business and you need leads in order to grow, or leads for your sales team in order to sell your service or your product, this live is for you. Now, I didn't stream last week. Last week I was in Messina. That's on the border of Zimbabwe and South Africa. I was there for a week. So signal and stuff was quite bad there. And also I didn't have my nice studio set up. So sorry for not streaming last week. But I don't know if you guys have seen that one episode that we did about top AI tools and so forth. We actually used a program called Synthesia, and we have a little virtual AI avatar actually giving you guys some cool tips and tricks when it comes to what we do. So before I jump into today's episode, I think I just want to show you guys that because I'm quite chuffed about that. Let me quickly show you here. So her name is Eve. We called her Eve because Adam and Eve. And you'll see here, it's now the lives and the shorts, but you'll see here on our YouTube channel. It's also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's everywhere. But here's our little AI avatar giving you guys tips and tricks on a weekly basis with cool subjects that we think would help you. It's normally, you'll see here, it's 2 to 3 minute clips. But we've got some cool headlines going here, like this one is unleashing your creativity with TikTok. Other one is maximizing meta conversion ads. Other one is the power of meta lead ads. The pitfalls of a campaign, redefining marketing, traditional versus digital marketing. So we do have some cool content happening with our little avatar, which is quite cool. I'm quite impressed with that. So, sorry guys, I just want to let this person know. Please contact this client. So let my team know about that client that just contacted me. But anyway, so that's quite cool. Yeah, showing the power of AI, how we can use AI, doing these little cool videos. So I'm quite chuffed about that. So even if I was away for a week, at least you had some cool info from Eve. Okay, so like I said, today's episode is about, crafting and creating a really good lead generation ad campaign. And I thought, what business is better than not using ours? So you're actually going to see me build a ad campaign for Cyborg. It's definitely not going to be a one episode video. It's going to probably be broken down into, a few episodes. Because we're going to go quite extensive with this. And I think after this, we're going to take instead of just doing the lead gen side, we're going to do e-commerce as well. So again, our podcast once a week, our agency is called Cyborg Digital, and let's start with all this fun stuff. So if you know me, or if you're getting to know me, you're probably going to realize I'm a bit of an overthinker. And when I say I'm a bit of an overthinker, I really am. My team as well, and the people that I work with, they know normally, sometimes I'll be impulsive where I'll jump into a project and do stuff, but I do like to plan. I do like to plan a lot. Um, and I don't, it's not even planning my task that I need to do. I like to plan everything kind of to the T. And I'll show you here just an example um, on ways that I normally do it so that you guys can get to know me a bit more. But long story short, you'll see here I've got lists and CRMs, and so I know exactly what I have to do today, um, what I have to do tomorrow. So I use CRM systems to keep my mind sane, and then also what I do is I do time blocking quite a lot, where I you'll see here from like all my weeks, you'll see all these little blocks. They're not necessarily just meetings. They're also like actual tasks and stuff that I need to do. So I've adopted this way of being, and the reason for that is it makes me just way more productive. We can actually, if you guys want, I can do a complete like video just about productivity and how I keep productive and how I get so much stuff done. Because at the end of the day, we sell time, and time is money. But yeah, I think coming back to the previous tangent, so planning, I love planning. I love planning my tasks. I love planning my day. Um, I love being spontaneous as well, don't get me wrong. But planning in general, I've just seen if you plan something and you think about something before executing it, um, you're going to save a lot of heartache. And I think I learned that the hard way. Somebody used to call me fast and loose a lot when I was younger, and I never understood it. And then as you get older, you do understand it. Just to run in 10,000 directions doesn't necessarily help. And if you're a person struggling with that, like I said, I can. I think actually I'm going to create an entire episode just about, consolidating your mind, consolidating your thoughts, being productive, actually executing stuff. So we'll have a think about that. But yeah, so long story short, planning is great. And that's what we're going to talk today with our successful ad campaign. So as you guys know, we're creating an ad campaign for our agency called Sidewalk. We're going to create this ad campaign on all platforms. So I think the first thing that we're going to kind of just put in here, I'm using, if you haven't used this before, just called Google Cool, that's my objective. Now, 4 questions. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Where am I going to do this? When am I going to do this? And who and what do I need to do this? So, I normally just ask myself a few questions like that, to expand the idea, to brainstorm. So how, where, when, who, and you can also do what if you want. But just a few questions to expand this idea or thought process. So, how am I going to do this? I'm going to do this on multiple platforms. So, when I say multiple platforms, literally when I hit the internet, I want to hit the internet everywhere. So, I want to hit this on YouTube. I want to do this on Facebook. I want to do this on Instagram. I want to do this on LinkedIn. I would like to do this on TikTok. And yeah, I think I would like to do this on Google Search as well. Google Search and Display. I know YouTube is a part of the display network, but I'll just put that in there. Display network. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to do this on multiple platforms. So where am I going to do this? That also pertains to that situation there. So how am I going to do this? Multiple platforms. Where? There's exactly where. When am I going to do this? I would like to launch this ad campaign, I would say, in September. So I would say 1 September, we're going to go live with Cyborg Digital's ad campaign. Fantastic. And then, who and what do I need to do this? Okay. I would need to... Sorry, I just want to go back to the top one. How am I going to do this? Multiple platforms, and I want to do digital marketing ads. That's how I'm going to do that. Okay. Digital marketing plans on, or ads on multiple platforms. Who and what do I need to do this? I would need to have a video asset, to have design assets. I would need to have copy, good copy. I would need to have some emailers. I would need to have, I would say like a booking system, like Calendly or something to do this. I would need a sales deck to do this, or a sales pitch. I would need a rate card, or that can actually be a part of that. So this could be a rate card offering design and copy examples. Previous case studies, testimonials, etc. So what do I need? Who do I need? It would be cool to get a client. Well, not say client, let's say the video asset would be from me, so that's fine. Okay, so there I did a bit of a internal thinking process, but what I want you guys to get out from this is, before you start with a digital marketing ad campaign, or if it's not even a digital marketing ad campaign, if it's a traditional marketing campaign, or you want to market your business, you need to do this thought process. Number one, write down what you want. That's the objective. I said I want to launch an ad campaign for Cyborg Digital. That is my objective. And why do I want to do that? I want leads that convert into customers. That is my North Star. That along my journey is the North Star. I want to get that thing going. And why do I want that? Because that is what I want out of this exercise. So I write that way at the top. Then I ask myself how, where, when, and who. So how am I going to do it? Okay, that's my idea. Where am I going to do it? Expanding on the idea. When am I going to do it? Very important to have a deadline or objective. A deadline. Sorry, not objective, but a deadline, because then you hold yourself accountable. And then the last thing, who and what do I need to do this? So there you take the idea and you expand on that idea. So I'll share the screen again with you and we'll go through it one more time. So Cyborg needs an ad campaign. The objective is to launch an ad campaign for Cyborg Digital that converts leads into customers. How am I going to do it? Digital marketing ads on multiple platforms. Where am I going to do this? Multiple platforms, as I said. We're going to do it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Google Search, and Google Display. When am I going to do this? I want to launch it by 1 September. And then what do I need to do this? I would need a video asset, design assets, copy, emailers, a booking system, and then a sales deck. And then I would say, I need, before the booking system, I would say I need a pre-qualifying technique, if I can put it like that. Cool. So that's quite nice. We've got our little cheat sheet thing going here. And we can put it at the side. Can make it a bit smaller, because that's just for me to think and have a guideline. Great. So there I've got my little objective there at the side. All good. So now we can expand on this idea. So I normally use like just these shapes and mind maps here if I start brainstorming. I now want to basically predict the user's journey. So I want to see how am I going to create the attention for the like by the consumer, and how am I going to navigate that attention into an actual lead, and from the lead, how am I going to take that lead and actually convert and nurture them into a customer. So we're basically just going to, this is like pre-production, before, like we're doing all the production until the sale. After the sale, that's a different story, because that's my how my company works, my in-house production. But I'm going to show you from grabbing somebody's attention to converting them into a lead, how I would do that for our business, which is a marketing agency. But you could use the same how can I say, thought process for your business if you're looking for leads that convert into customers. So let's start with it. So number one, somebody's going to see my ad somewhere, right? So we know they're going to see it on either YouTube. So I'm going to just make a few blocks here. All right. So they're going to see me either on YouTube, make this nice and neat, YouTube or Facebook, or are they going to see me on Instagram. I think I'm just going to do this here as one thing here and call this Meta. So I'm gonna call this Meta. I'm gonna call this Google Search, and then here Google Display. Because guys, if you didn't know, YouTube is Google Display. It's on the display network, so I'm just going to do that for my own sanity and meticulousness. So we're going to say Meta, Google Search, Google Display, which we know is also YouTube. We're going to say LinkedIn here. And then the last one, we're going to say TikTok. So this is not me discussing budgets, how much money I'm going to put down on it, nothing. At this stage, that doesn't matter. I'm just planning my customer journey first to see how would this work. So the entire exercise here is how would this work, and you know, would it be a good idea to launch the campaign like that? Is there not a different route or pathway or journey that the customer should follow? At the end of the day, I think the best way to kind of explain my thinking here, it's you're creating a roadmap for your client. You need to know how you're going to get the guy's attention and how you're going to get him to give your details, and then how you're going to get those details to convert into customers. And also, it's not really, like you can see sales and growth as a numbers game, but I also think it's about quality leads and getting the right clients at the end of the day. So, cool. Step one. People are going to see ads. So our method here is literally, they are going to see advertisement. So I'm going to literally write it there. Step one, customers see, and let's say prospects see an ad. Nice. Step one, my people are going to see an ad. Now, something that you're going to, I don't know if you're thinking about this now, but am I going to post organically everywhere? When I say organically, am I going to post my things on groups and on forums and stuff like that? Absolutely not. I'm straight up going to run ads. Why? Because I would rather, and if you watch my previous videos, I would rather pay for targeted reach. You know, I would pay for specific people to give me the details so that I know I'm giving the right message to the right group and that my odds of converting is higher. Guys, I just see my cat literally on the ledge here. The cat is on the ledge. Okay, sorry. I don't want my cat to fall to her oblivion. Anyway, so I'm not going to share on groups. I'm not going to do I do have a database of old clients that well, not old clients, but old inquiries that I email now and then, which a lot of people do, and there's a lot of joy in that. But I'm straight up gonna go for new blood. Let's call it new blood, right? So step one, people are gonna see an ad. They're gonna see that ad on Meta, Google Search, Google Display, LinkedIn, or TikTok. So we can later go into what type of ad and so forth and so forth. I already know what type of ad is going to run here, because there's obviously campaign objectives. So I'll actually just put in here, okay, when, who, and what. So I'm just going to write it down there. It's going to be conversion ads, and it's going to be lead ads. It might just be conversion ads. I'm still going to think about that, but I don't want to get into too deep there now before I get off track. So I'm just going to highlight that for myself in a highlight, because that's something I have to think about still, but we'll take it from there. So somebody's going to see their ad, okay, or see our ad. Then from that ad, something needs to happen. Now, actually, while we're on the topic of conversion ads and lead ads, if you create a lead ad, basically somebody sees your ad, they give you their contact details, and great, you can contact them. But that's also like, sometimes for me, it's like you get a lot of leads from that, but it's also like the quality isn't always that great. But I do, I do use 50/50, you know, the methodology on a 50/50 basis. And the reason why I do that is at the end of the day, these lead ads that I'm speaking about, you can pre-qualify your client quite a lot using a decent lead ad. But we'll get to that soon. I think for now, I'm going to create 2 steps here. So I'm going to call this thing here. I'm going to give it a bit of a headline. I'm going to call this one here conversion ad funnel. Okay. Nicely in the middle. And then I'll just copy the same thing. And I'll call this one just our lead ad funnel. Lead ad funnel. So I'll explain the difference to you guys soon. But for now, I'm going to focus on the conversion ad funnel for now. Semi-neat. Alright, so see, this is what I like about Google Draw as well. It's just very, very nice for drawing. Anyway, great. So, cool. Somebody sees my ad, and then they're going to go to one of 3 places. They're either going to go to my website, they're going to go to the actual social media page, or they're going to contact me directly either on WhatsApp, email, or a phone call. So those people are going to do those 3 actions there, I would predict. Okay, now we have to ask ourselves, and this depends on your, sorry guys, I didn't switch my screen back, but I was just building these nice drawings on the right hand side. But anyway, so we have to decide, you know, this is business dependent. Again, this is, in my opinion, it all depends on your business. I mean, my business, for example, we don't work with everybody. Like, we only work with specific clients. Our pre-qualification to get inside an agency is quite extensive. And the reason why it is because we literally can't help everybody. There are certain industries that don't work with our processes. There are certain areas that don't work. There are certain budgets that don't allow it. There are certain, you know, we're looking for quite a specific avatar profile, however you want to call it. So, you know, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, if somebody sees an ad and gives you their lead, like, are you happy with that? Or do you want that person, that awareness, to kind of be nurtured and kind of pre-qualified before they give you your details? Because otherwise, you're going to sit with a sales team or the person that does your sales in your company, being busy but not closing deals. And that's something you also don't want. So, long story short, I know somebody's going to see my ads and then they're going to do one of 3 things. Now, I always see people or humans as rule breakers. We like to skip processes and do things our way. But at the end of the day, your company should have a system that has a set way of dealing with that awareness up until a client. If you're going to have different processes for signing every client, that's not sustainable long term, because as you guys know, in the beginning when starting a business, super fun, right? But then actually growing it profitably slowly over time, that is where the trick comes in, because we know profit and turnover are two different things. And I never understood that until I felt it. You know, it doesn't help you're just busy, but you're not making money. So you need systems that you know are going to give you a good, how can I say, sustainable growth. So here, we know step 2, the prospects, I'm going to say they are going to take an action. Now, let's think about this quickly before we just say, cool, they're going to take an action and everything is fine. It's definitely not, and I'll show you now why. So I'm just going to make this a bit like that. Cool stuff. So if somebody goes to your website, that's great. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, guys? Because this is technically wrong. I'm going to split this up into 3. And you'll understand now why I'm going to do that. Great stuff. Totally going to do that. All right. Cool. And cool. So I just want to see now, how can we so it's gonna be a bit messy if I do it like that. Sorry guys, my perfectionism is completely showing. So I'm just gonna do this. It's gonna call that going to do. So you'll see now why. So they're gonna see my ad somewhere, and now they are going to do one of 3 things. Either go to my website, either go to my social media pages, or contact me directly. That just looks way neater. Sorry about that, but I need to make sure I understand what I'm drawing. Okay, so they're going to do one of 3 things. They're going to take action, right? They're either going to go to my website, my social media page, or they're going to straight up contact me. Now, I want this lead to be kind of nurtured. So if somebody falls to my website, which is cyborgdigital.co.za, I want them to kind of like follow a journey. And one thing about our website currently, it's straight up, you know, boom, let's see if we can help you, name, number, email. That I'm not too happy with, because I don't just want a lead. I want this lead to be pretty much, how can I say, qualified. So I think something that I'm going to investigate, and this is now where my thinking goes a bit further. So something that I'm going to investigate is, can I get a second step here on this contact form? And normally you can use stuff like contact form 7 or whatever the case might be, to make this. I just want to see something. Can we have a second? No, we can't. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly make space here. Cool. Make this a bit smaller. Fantastic. We'll get to that soon. Okay, so I want to make sure that on the website people can't just actually inquire, because, or just a lead like that. I would pay more for a lead that's a bit more qualified. So here I would like, if somebody like clicks there, it needs to go like next step or whatever the case might be. So what I'm going to do now as well, as I am funneling this or working out this plan, I'm going to make a cheat sheet here on the side where I'm going to say problems spotted, guys, so that I can already give myself an indication of what I need to do. So here I need my website contact form to have a step 2. So all I'm meaning with that is, instead of somebody just forwarding on my website and giving me their details, I want a step 2 where I ask them other questions. Like I would like to ask somebody a question like, let's say, do you have an e-commerce or lead generation based business? That would be a good question for me to ask. Other good question might be, have you advertised online before? Other good question would be, what is your website URL? And then I would say another one would be like, when do you want to start? And then let's say, if you can get people to tell you, what is your current turnover? Those questions right here would make all the difference before somebody just books a call with us. This would make like a massive difference to our system. So that's a problem that I spotted there on the website. Also, it's here at the bottom. I need a step 2. I need a step 2 definitely. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in here. Okay, so those 2 places on the website, people can contact me. Then obviously they can call me. Now, if somebody emails or calls us, that's kind of like based on that section there. So this section here will cover that issue. So for now, I'm going to leave that. But this is quite another good thing to talk about. WhatsApp. If somebody sends me a WhatsApp, I can't be like, I literally cannot talk to 10,000 people every day, that just want to find out something and not necessarily convert. So that is something that we're going to have to look at, how we're going to pre-qualify leads when it comes to that. And then I'm just going to take a photo here. Boom. So, cool. I've got this now here. I think that's everything I semi need. Going to make all this a bit smaller. Go up a bit. Make this one a bit bigger because I can't read it. Okay, so the first thing I think I want to do here is I just want to, for my own awareness, just make a note here and say will be handled in section 3, and that is for these 2 aspects right here. So those 2 will be handled in section 3, and when I say section 3, I am saying the following. There we go. Just gonna do that. Make this a bit smaller. So when I say section 3, somebody falls on my website, they can go and enter the details there. I've already spotted problems that I want sorted there, that I can fix that and that with that solution there. But the WhatsApp button and here, if they get my contact details, when I say section 3, I'm saying that section right there. So I'll just highlight this for myself, and then I know that's the same thing. So we'll address those problems in that window there. Okay, so guys, I don't know if you've seen now, we're really digging deep, yeah, and we haven't even built an ad. We haven't done anything. We're just like kind of mind mapping what the plan is. We haven't even spoken about how the ad is gonna look, what is the message, when is whatever going to be retargeted. We're just like mapping out the journey at this stage, and it's already taking quite a lot of time. So I think I'm going to call it a day with where we are. I hope you learned something. Next week we'll handle the second steps of this, but this live is probably this series or this how to build an ad situation, we're going to probably set another 2, 3, 4 sessions with this. But this is quite like, we're gonna go in deep. We're going in literally deep. I'm going to build my company's ad campaign like live in front of like your eyes, which I think is super valuable. But anyway, cool. So I'm gonna give you guys a tip of the week again. So my tip for you guys this week, especially based on this video today, is on your website, literally have a WhatsApp button. So I'll show you this here. Here at the right hand side, just a hovering WhatsApp button on your website, and connect your company's WhatsApp number to that button. So if somebody clicks, they can immediately speak to your business on WhatsApp. That makes the world's difference. We've seen this with many of our clients, many of our stores, many of our lead generation businesses. That WhatsApp button makes all the difference. Cool. Thank you so much for watching my live. I know today was a bit intense, not as fun as always, but sometimes we have to dig deep and put in the work. So I'm going to leave you with my little mantra. Remember to embrace the power of structure and flow. They are the pillars that transform chaos into progress.